Hello everyone, myself Dr. Deepanshi Sharma and I am from India. Today I am going to deliver a speech on the topic Gandhiji's values, legacy and impact. Honorable judges, fellow participants and respected audience, as we gather in this virtual space to reflect on the life, philosophy and impact of Mahatma Gandhi, we find ourselves exploring not only history but also a legacy that continues to shape the world we live in today. Gandhiji's life was a message in itself, one of unwavering commitment to truth, non-violence and justice. His values, his struggles, his campaigns and his vision for a better society are not relics of the past. They are guiding principles for the present and the future. In this speech, I will delve in the core of Gandhiji's philosophy, his values of non-violence, truth and social justice, while exploring their impact on leadership, activism and the empowerment of marginalized communities. I will also look at how these ideals resonate with modern-day figures and movements, and what the future holds for Gandhian ideology in an increasingly complex world. At the heart of Gandhiji's philosophy is non-violence or ahimsa. He believed that peace is not merely the absence of conflict, but the presence of justice. Gandhiji's non-violent resistance or satyagraha was not a passive act, but an active form of civil disobedience against injustice. His leadership during India's independence struggle showcased how a determined individual armed not with weapons but with the moral conviction could challenge an empire. Gandhiji's methods of non-violence have inspired countless global movements. Figures like Martin Luther King during the American Civil Rights Movement and Nelson Mandela in South Africa's struggle against apartheid both drew upon Gandhiji's principle. Even in today's world where violence and conflict seem ever present, peace builders and activists across the globe invoke his legacy in campaigns for human rights and justice. Gandhiji's impact reminds us that the power of peace is often greater than the power of force. In a digital age where social media often amplifies hate and violence, his message at non-violence is as relevant as ever. What if we use our platform not to divide but to bridge gaps, to foster dialogue instead of fueling discord? Gandhiji's second great pillar was truth or satya. He believed that truth was God and living in harmony with the truth was the highest form of spiritual practice. His entire life was an experiment with truth, be it through personal morality, political activism, or his efforts to dismantle oppressive systems like colonialism. In today's world, where misinformation spreads faster than ever and political dishonesty is commonplace, Gandhiji's commitment to integrity and transparency stands as a beacon. Leaders like Jacinda Ardern of New Zealand, who emphasizes honesty and kindness in governance, can be seen as carrying forward this Gandhian legacy. Even in everyday life, living truthfully, whether in our relationships, our work, or our pursuit of justice, remain a powerful form of resistance against corruption and deceit. Gandhi's vision for India was not just about political independence, but about social justice. His campaigns for the rights of women, Dalits, whom he called Harijans or Children of God, or other marginalized communities, were pioneering efforts to break the deeply entrenched social hierarchies of Indian society. One of his most significant contributions was his fight for the upliftment of Dalits, who were relegated to the lowest rungs of the caste system. Through his call for Sarvodaya, the welfare of all, he envisioned a society where every person, regardless of caste, gender or religion, could live with dignity. Today, the global struggle for equality continues with movements like Black Lives Matter and campaigns for women's rights echoing Gandhi's work. His ideal pushed us to challenge systems of oppression, whether they may be based on race, class or caste, and to work toward a world where justice is accessible to all. Gandhi's principle of simple living and high thinking also laid the foundation for sustainable living. He believed in using resources wisely, living within one's means and avoiding the excesses of materialism. His message is particularly pertinent in the context of the environmental crisis we face today. In a world where overconsumption has led to environmental degradation, Gandhi's approach to life can guide us towards sustainable living. His belief that the earth has enough for everyone's needs but not for everyone's greed challenges us to reconsider our lifestyles. Modern environmental activists like Greta Thunberg and movements advocating for climate justice can draw on this Gandhian philosophy to remind us of our responsibility to the planet. Gandhi's life work was also about the empowerment of the marginalized, whether it was the poor, women or oppressed communities. He emphasizes that the true measure of a society is how it treats its most vulnerable. He understood that independence would be incomplete without the upliftment of all the sections of the society. Today, the fight for the rights of marginalized communities, whether they be indigenous groups, refugees or the economically disadvantaged, continues across the globe. Leaders like Malala Yousafzai, who advocate for the education of girls in regions of conflict, continues Gandhi's tradition of fighting for those who are often left unheard. Gandhi's leadership style was unique because he believed in leading by example. His humility, simplicity and willingness to suffer for the cause set him apart from many contemporary leaders. He was not just a leader of political change but also a moral guide, reminding us that real leadership is rooted in services, not power. His philosophy of self-improvement, the idea that one must first change oneself before trying to change society, also resonates today. In our pursuit of success, we often forget the importance of personal growth and ethical integrity, but Gandhiji never did that. What then is the future of Gandhian ideology? In a world of technological advances and rapid globalization, some might argue that Gandhiji's methods are outdated, but I believe they are more relevant than ever. In an era of increasing polarization, his commitment to interfaith harmony and religious tolerance offers a blueprint for peaceful coexistence. As we look ahead, the challenge for us is to carry forward Gandhiji's ideals into new contexts, whether through promoting non-violence in online spaces, advocating for social justice in policy making, or living sustainably in an age of climate crisis. The Gandhian philosophy remains a guiding light. In conclusion, Gandhiji's value of non-violence, truth, justice and equality are not just lessons from the past but timeless principles for shaping the future. His impact is not confined to the boundaries of India but resonates with movements and leaders across the globe. The true measure of the legacy will be seen in how we, the next generation, choose to uphold these ideals in our lives and work toward a just, peaceful and sustainable world. Thank you so much.